Everyone, it's Misty here from TheJollyFatElf. Thank you so much for joining me. In today's video, we are going to be making a card using some new goodies that I picked up from scrapbookpal.com. If you missed it, I mentioned in a video that I am back on their design team, and these are the products I picked up with my project allowance. I don't know what else to call it. So you're going to be seeing these again on their channel as well. But in today's video, we are going to be using just a couple of these dies. These are the Tim Holtz Christmas cutouts. We're going to be using his new plaid die, and then I'm going to be using one of those ornament dies from Spellbinders. So aqua and red, I haven't done one of these yet in this holiday card series, which is crazy because I think this is either day 21 or day 22. And normally I would have done like 2 of them by now. So I am going to go ahead and put an adhesive sheet on the back of the aqua color because I'm going to use the skinny plaid with that. And I didn't want to have to fiddle with trying to get tiny bits of glue. I will say that I don't know that I love these dies, and for a couple of reasons. Number one, it looks really busy. It's really, really busy. And number two, there's so much waste. There's so much waste. And I mean, I guess it's unavoidable because, you know, it's a plaid dye, but I don't know. This one isn't doing it for me. I probably need to play with it a bit more and maybe try a different color palette with it, one that's not such a stark difference. And that could be completely and totally on me. But yeah, no, I didn't really care for this dye. We'll see how we do. I think I mentioned in another video that I picked up some adhesive sheets from Amazon. I like them. The only issue is when it's stuck, it's stuck. So if you accidentally, mess up like I do, you're gonna SOL. So yeah, I will try to remember to link those. If I don't, just hit me up in the comments and I'll get it listed for you. So I'm going to put the red down, and I'm going to be using a little bit of Tombow glue. I didn't put a adhesive sheet on this one. I will going forward if I continue to use this dye. This isn't one that I loved, and I kind of maybe think if I'd done a different background other than white, I honestly just don't know. I like the finished look out of it, kind of, but again, to me, it just feels like it's really, really busy. You guys will have to let me know what you think in the in the comments. Is this a dye that you would have picked up? Is it on your list? I'd be really interested to know. So I am trying to figure out what colors I want to use for the ornament. I know I want to use glitter paper. I know I'm going to use red, but I couldn't decide if I was going to use like this kind of aqua blue that I have as the glitter paper, but I decided to go with red and then this kind of white glitter paper that I have for the ornament. And then for the ornament topper, I'm going to use that silver. So you guys know how I like to do, and I'm going to cut 2 of the same die. I like to piece my paper together using some washi tape, and that way I only have to do 1 cut. This did go through my Gemini. Sometimes you may have to run it through twice. Like if this had adhesive on the back of it, like with the ones that had the adhesive on the back, I have to run that through about 2 times. Even if you had a big shot, you'd probably have to do that as well. But I have a Gemini, and you guys know I have mobility issues, blah, 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 blah. So that's why I like my Gemini Junior. I had the original Gemini, and it was just way too big. Took up way too much space, way too big, all of the things. So I'm going to be using one of those house dies to cut out a house out of the white paper as well. There you saw one of the sheets of the adhesive. Yeah, I like it. You get like 50 sheets. They're 8x4 size, so I think that's bigger than 8.5 by 11. But again, once it's stuck, it's stuck. They ain't no getting it up. There's no getting it up. Let me tell you. Ask me how I know. So I'm also going to be cutting out some of the stars. So the Christmas cutouts from Tim Holtz is like 3 different houses. There's 3 different trees. There's a moon. There's some stars. There's peace, love, and joy that you can cut out, and then you can kind of paper piece it. I'll be sharing with a video like that with you, if not next week, the week after. It was originally going to be for Scrapbook Pal, but I decided that I'm going to try something different for them. So yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and get this adhered. And again, I'm just using a little bit of Tombow adhesive. And I'm going to kind of offcenter them just like that. And I decided to go ahead and bring in some embroidery floss because I want it to look like they are hanging on the card. I thought that would be really, really fun. And I really do like how that turned out. And once the ornaments were on there, I feel like it kind of toned down the background. But again, it just still feels really busy for me. And maybe it's the white, maybe it was the order I had them in. I don't really know. I'll have to play around with it and I'll let you know. There's a cute digital stamp from Stamp Anything. I went ahead and just reused the paper because I had screwed up with printing. I printed them off center and I was like, I can't even cut these out with a die. So yeah. So I used some red embroidery floss, oh my word, on the white ornament, and I'm using white embroidery floss on the red. It's embroidery floss. There's a whole floss tube, if you didn't know. If you're someone who does embroidery or cross stitch, yeah, there's a whole subsection of that on the YouTube, so you can check out. So I went ahead and added some Scotch foam adhesive to the red because I want this popped up off the white. I want it to look like they're hanging one behind each other. And once I get those down, I'm going to trim off the excess and we're going to bring in a piece of red. So I'm going to cut this piece of red to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then we're going to use a white cord base. So I'm cutting it at 4 1/4 and I'm scoring it at 5 1/2. And that is just a piece of Nina Solar White. I believe it's either 100 or 110 pound. But I prefer something like that that's really, really thick if I'm going to be adding something that could potentially be very heavy onto a card. So initially, I was going to I was going to adhere this panel with glue, but decided to go ahead and pop this layer up. So I'm going to adhere the red to the white, and then we're going to adhere the card layer to the card. Oh my gosh, my brain. Holy smokes. It's 8:15 on Thursday night. I have been kind of just messing around today. And then I was like, Missy, you don't have a video scheduled for tomorrow? Luckily, I'd already done some filming. I just hadn't done any editing. So these stars are teeny tiny. I think there's 5 that it cuts out. I just went ahead and put 3 because I felt like that was all the room that I really had. I just wanted a little kind of vignette on the red ornament. And that's what we got. So once I do that, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate you. Let me know what you think of this card. Let me know what you think of that plaid die. Do you think I'm crazy? You're like, Misty, you love plaid. What is the matter with you? I don't know. I don't know. Anywho, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on your post notifications. Have a very good day, night, weekend, wherever you are. I love your faces. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.